Hello. So I am now finally getting a chance um, to just sit down and actually focus on on recording this message. This weekend, the past weekend was actually very. It felt as though it was very long. I recognized a few things within myself that I needed to heal, and then also I recognized a couple of allergens, or at least the effects of actually overdoing certain food products. Um, my name is Iris Andre, and thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this video. If you are, as I said before in the previous videos, I am taking the time to record my journey back to health and healing. I actually went through life changes, which caused me to step out of my regular routines and regular habits, and then in turn created a lot of havoc in my life. I started drinking caffeine and started eating sugar and increased my salt, increased my oil intake. And in turn, I of course gained a few pounds, which I'm not actually mad about that. I like the fact that I gained a few pounds, but what I am actually looking the part that I am looking at, or the part that I want to improve, is actually my overall health, the way that I feel internally. That's more important to me, as more than the aesthetic part of life. At least with my personal being, I feel as though once we radiate within ourselves, like the beauty and the real change happens within and not necessarily outside of ourselves. So but going back to this weekend, last week was actually good. I should say good, because it started off with horrible headaches and actually migraines, and then I managed to detox my system. I got rid of the caffeine that was left in my system, and then my nervous system kind of started slowing down a bit, where I could actually reconnect back with myself, especially my the digestive part. But then over the weekend, I actually got back into eating once again fast, and more of the things that were in my surroundings, I'm recognizing that is not a good thing. It's not a good thing that I just eat whatever is at hand, or whatever is presented to me. I actually need to take charge, and I need to be more strict, more, not necessarily strict, but what would be the word, more strategic with my eating habits, as in like I should recognize the types of foods that are good for my system, the types of foods that actually resonate within myself, and stick with those. So I'm in the process of recognizing, and I'm in the process of actually making those changes. That, as I said, this weekend I consumed a lot of carbs and a lot of oil. And in this, I actually ended up having, once again, digestive issues, but they weren't the same. This time it was like a lot of carbs and a lot of fats, specifically oil, caused a lot of acid to build up in my system, whereas I could actually taste the acid and feel it in my system. Tons of inflammation. And obviously, so I'm recognizing, as we already know, that going back to basics, going back to nature is where our answer lies. Our answer is in just being able to discipline ourselves to eat clean, to eat healthy, to eat simple, and then learn how to mix these foods. Last week I did make a recipe with lentils and yellow rice. That was good. The chickpeas and yellow rice, that was good. It was like a curry chickpeas, that was good. And I actually, during the week, I did my best to stay away from oils, which worked out great. But now, with this, what happened over the weekend, I also recognized how it affected the lymphatic. From making those choices, I actually ended up having, this is my right side, I ended up having swelling on this side, on my right side, as well as on my lower abdomen. which is, I'm assuming that's more appendix related, because I'm not sure if you guys already know this, but the tonsils, the appendix, and the spleen all work together in conjunction to help us with our immune system. And making those choices over the weekend, I could actually feel the difference now with my immune system. When I woke up this morning and I still had a bit of swelling, I actually could feel as though I was coming down with something. And then as the day progressed, that got better. But then during a period of time in the afternoon, I felt as though I had a low grade fever, which made me think about, you know, how to cleanse the appendix, which is something that I may venture off in the next few days. Overall, I'm recognizing, obviously, I now recognize that caffeine is not good for me. And then also, I'm recognizing that a vast amount of oil is not good for me either, which are things that we already know, right? But it's good to recognize these within ourselves and then actually make the changes. As far as fitness, I have not actually done any sort of, aside from just a little bit of strength training, I haven't done an actual cardiovascular exercise. So that's something that I definitely need to also just change my mind frame and work towards doing that and implementing that into my life. Overall, I'm still feeling grateful. I'm feeling wonderful. And just recognizing that health and healing is a beautiful journey, and that it's a personal choice, and that we can really and truly make a tremendous impact, not only in ourselves but on the outside. On the outside, it trickles down, and it creates this ripple effect right outside of ourselves, beginning with our family, and then with our community, and then all of our surroundings. As we become better within ourselves, then everything around us becomes better. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited of the changes that are happening within my family. And yeah, I think it's just so beautiful, especially us as women. We definitely need to make the time and take the time to take care of ourselves, because nurturing comes from us. We are the nurturers. We are the ones that make the home, beautiful. We are the ones that bring extra love into the home. And if you are married, you know that we are the ones that our husband comes, the ones where we are the ones that create the space where our husband can come and rest. And at the same time, if we are overly exhausted, if we are overly pushing ourselves, then we drain ourselves, and then other things begin to happen in our nervous system, and we become unhappy, and it's just like roller coaster of events. So I encourage you to take the time to look within yourself, and take the steps forward to becoming better and greater each and every day. Thank you so much for listening, and I pray you have a great day. Bye.